Hello, this is a video introducing license rack. This is Wei Xu presenting here. I and my co-author all come from Peking University. First, I will briefly describe the background of the problem that our tool addresses. As defined by OSI, open source licenses are licenses that comply with the open source definition. In brief, they allow software to be freely used, modified, and shared. Open source license provides an effective way to protect the intellectual property rights of OSS and serves as a legal basis for cooperation in open source communities, thus promoting the long-term development of open source software. However, choosing a proper license from hundreds of licenses remains challenging. One reason is that the existence of numerous similar open source licenses and the complex legal terms involved often confuse developers. Another reason is that developers need to consider many factors such as the development of the community and the potential of commercialization. To help developers choose licenses, several tools have been proposed, such as Choose a License. However, these tools lack a comprehensive consideration of the practical difficulties and the actual needs of developers. For example, they both ignore the compatibility with licenses used by third-party dependencies when selecting a license, which may induce financial and legal risks. In this paper, we present License Rack, a knowledge-based open-source license recommender to bridge the gap in existing tools for recommending licenses to developers. We construct a knowledge base consisting of term features and compatibility information for 63 popular licenses, along with the guidelines essential for developers that are derived from real-world OSS licensing patterns. License Rack takes a software project's all files as import. It first detects component licenses, in other words, licenses declared in the project files and the licenses of third-party dependencies. Then it performs compatibility checks to identify candidate licenses that are compatible with all component licenses involved in the project. Further, License Rack allows users to specify their preference through an interactive wizard and recommend corresponding candidate licenses. Eventually, License Rack presents users a detailed comparison of terms among recommended licenses and their compatibility with component licenses in the project to help users further understand and properly choose license in need. Now, let me show you how to use this tool. Suppose I want to publish an IoT library on GitHub. First, I upload the source code of my project to License Rack. License Rack automatically scans for license files and analyzes the licenses of dependencies. Once the analysis is completed, License Rack provides me with a list of compatible licenses. I am surprised to find some licensing requirements that other tools did not tell me. For example, one of the dependencies uses MIT and another one uses APEC2. My initial idea was GPL because it's the choice of many well-known projects, but the License Rack shows me that only GPL3 is secondary compatible with both of them, which means all my codebase must be licensed under GPL3. Next, I read the guidelines and I learned that user autonomy is critical for a prosperous community and GPL3 is considered IoT unfriendly because its installation information terms are unfeasible on headless IoT devices. But I want to ensure that my library is used for good purpose. A permissive license is not the answer either. After filling the questions in the license wizard, License Rack recommends MPL2, a copyleft license that satisfies its combinative compatibility with both MIT and APEC2. I can query how to relicense in practice on this page. I release my library under MPL2 and keep the APEC dependency as it is.